Good morning, everybody. Mike Wright, Edge Home Finance. I appreciate y'all being here today. I've actually got a little twist today. It's not going to be a Realtor of the Week. It's actually a Realtor Partner of the Week, and I am proud to say that she is my processor, my mortgage processor, Shannon Burke.
Hi.
No problem processing.
Yes.
Bring it on.
Let's go.
Yes. Now, Shannon is absolutely a saint and makes all your guys' lives so much easier. Hence why we're closing deals earlier than the close date, etc. Shannon used to work, just to give you a little background, used to work at United Wholesale Mortgage, which is one of the companies we sell our loans to. Decided to open up her own processing company. And it's just been absolutely fantastic to work with. Answers phones in the evenings, weekends, always responds. So it's just, it's fantastic. It deals with a lot of my realtor partners and clients alike. So Shannon Burke, with that, my friend, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right. She's based out of Michigan. And so we came back to meet with the team. And it's fantastic. So tell me, so your family, you got a family? How many kids?
Of course. It's no kids, just a boyfriend. We worked at United Wholesale Mortgage together, met there. So it's really awesome to be able to bounce ideas off of each other because he was also an account executive. So he knows a lot. Yeah, so he knows a ton. He was also very successful, so it's good for like if I see something that maybe I'm a little shaky on, I can see like, hey Max, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Oh yeah, I saw this on this loan. This is how we solve it. And if I need some help, I also can call my wonderful colleagues at AE or at UWM who are always there as well.
And one thing I admire about you is you are not afraid to pick up the phone and talk to new reps at different companies. We've got over 100 wholesalers. Obviously, we use 5, probably 10, maybe. And she's not afraid to pick up the phone to make sure that the process is understood. So did you grow up in Michigan?
Oh, yeah. I've been in Michigan my whole life. Graduated from Livonia Stevenson High School and then went on to Central Michigan University.
Good.
Got a bachelor's of applied arts in filmmaking.
Got it.
A film business. This is doing pretty well. I started that business when I was 18, graduated 22. And then in March of 2020, we all know what happened.
Yeah, with COVID.
And with COVID and everything. And so May 2020 rolls around, and the first thing to go when companies are looking at their budgets and there's a little turmoil in the market is the marketing budget. So that's all gone. I only did corporate videos and weddings. So guess what was gone? Corporate videos and weddings.
Yeah, right,
so
right, of course.
Then looking for a job, can't find one. And United Wholesale Mortgage calls up to Central Michigan University because the broadcast cinematic arts department there is a big deal. And they're like, hey, who's your best film grad from this year? And they're like, hey, you got to call Shannon Burke. And they called me, went through an interview process, and then at the end, I asked them, what other positions do you have available? And they had the account executive position.
Oh, sweet.
And so it was scary to jump to a new field, but at UWM, the training there is amazing. And so I thought, I'll just be in this field or in this role for 6 months, I'll move on. But then mortgages are so fun. It's like solving a puzzle every day, but the puzzle's always different. There's always different players involved. And so UWM just gave me all the tools to be successful.
And so you dealt, as an account executive, you're dealing with 100 different mortgage companies or loan officers?
Yeah, I had 168 mortgage brokers under me, and then I also had 42 states, so I'm really well versed in all the states. Now, if you want to close a loan in Alaska, I know some of the nuances there, but that's like one of the very few states like that I'm not an absolute expert in. But, everywhere you might want to live, I probably know.
No, and it's been really refreshing for having you as a processor, right? And I'm going to have her tell the story, but we just met randomly, right? And I was in a position where I wasn't sure what I was going to do with processing next. The last person I had decided to be a stay-home mom. She was phenomenal. but decided to get out of the business and stay at home, So I'm going, holy bucket. So hence,
Yeah, that's when I emailed. I mean, I left behind my multiple six-figure job at UWM. It was a very tough decision to leave. I mean, I was 25 years old. I was making, 5 digits a month, and that was a really hard jump to make. But finally, after a couple months off of working, I collected all these licenses for states, and so I was like, okay, it's time to start reaching out to some of the broker shops I know that work with UWM, because UWM has such an amazing process. They're very consumer driven. They want people to have the best experience ever. And since I know all the ins and outs, I want to work with companies that also have those same values. I know that Edge is one of them, and so are you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so then I started emailing people from Edge and other mortgage companies that I found that work with UWM, hoping they'd have the same philosophy. And then that's when I landed on you. And that changed everything for me.
Good.
You and your team have single-handedly brought me back to where I was at UWM. And so now I have a really good life. And I was a little nervous before meeting you, because even though I was still doing well, I really wanted to hit where I was at UWM, because when you get a mortgage, when I go to get my next mortgage, they want to see that I made more. Income matters, as we all know. So they want to see I made more at UWM. Right. And I was really nervous that I wasn't going to ramp up that fast. But thanks to you and your team, that's been possible. And we've been closing loans so fast.
No, and I think that whenever you refer somebody to anybody, we always get nervous, right? I get referrals from you guys, and I take so much pride in making sure that experience is smooth and the way you want it to be, because hence you're getting referrals. I can bank on Shannon because I've got so much confidence in her that the client experience is going to be amazing. Your Realtor experience is going to be amazing, and it closes on time, if not often sooner. As promised. And so you deserve all the referrals you're getting.
Thank you.
And so how has it been? Because I know you're dealing with Bill Urcho, Chris Miller, Anna Dimmick. So Anna, let's use Anna as an example. She's fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
But you don't. But that partnership works so smoothly because you share your issues to her. Mm-hmm. She deals with the clients.
Yeah, exactly. So, with her, I just tell her, hey, this is what the lender needs. Even though I can't speak Spanish, she can. She goes to her clients and breaks it down. But before I even give her anything, I break down from the lender the easiest path to get the loan to closing. And I try to really take a lot off of the consumer.
Yeah.
Because even when I was an account executive, lenders want things written a certain way. And people, it's not the way that you would think that they want it written. So when you're in the position of a loan officer and AE, you learn exactly how they want something written. So I can't just go to the
underwriting. You're speaking
for
how underwriting wants
how underwriting wants it. Yeah. So it's great for her to be able to talk to the client and deliver a simple message to them, so that they're not overwhelmed, because buying a house is one of the biggest purchases that you'll make in your whole life.
Yes. And I think that one of the things that Shannon does to help me as a loan officer and the clients, oftentimes there's a gap of employment. There is just things that come up on credit, whatever the case may be. What Shannon will turn around and do is to type up the letter as per the client tells us to, but puts it in the terms that underwriting's going to sign off on it. We do everything DocuSign, so they e-sign documents, so they're not having to monkey with scanning, emailing a lot of the private information, and so that's helped tremendously. With your expertise in that deal.
That too, and it keeps the document safe. So that's the most important thing with all of this financial data, is keeping it safe.
Amen. And I think that you nailing it, because security in our world, and we always know the cybersecurity stuff, you have to have that platform where somebody can upload documents securely and not be emailing things. People often still, to this day, which blows me away, are okay emailing things, right? We're not as a
No.
company. And I think that Shannon reiterating that to people, along with myself, along with you guys as agents, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to keep you guys safe as well.
So tell me about the new trend now is hybrid closings, right?
Yeah.
We had one the other day. How was that experience doing a hybrid closing?
It's very easy. A lot of title companies are doing it now. Some are doing full virtual. Full virtual is a little bit tougher.
And is that where there's a witness, somebody just witnessing the closing?
They have someone that does that. And then, the borrowers have to log into the portal. They have to answer a bunch of security questions, though, to get in. And then if they answer like one or two wrong, then they get locked out.
Yeah, right.
So that one's a little bit tougher, but the hybrid closing is a beautiful thing. So basically the borrower gets a link in their email, and the parts of the package that they can e-sign, they get to e-sign through that, which is awesome. That's a lot of pages. Writing your name out on a closing package,
it's a 45-minute process.
It's a 45-minute process.
Right? And so when she says a lot of the documents are sent to the clients 2-3 days before closing, it's the authorization to release credit. It's some of these generic forms that they've already signed at application, but at closing they re-sign everything. And you all know the closing can be 30 to 45 minutes, but if all the documents except for the mortgage, the note, the final closing disclosure, and probably a couple others.
Yeah, there's a couple others, just like federal type of documents that they do have to sign.
That need to be wet signed in front of the closers.
Right.
But the key to that, though, is that once they do that, they get a full package because the closers already got it, already copied. Boom, it's done.
Yeah.
And it saves a lot of time. The clients that we have had that have closed that way have been thrilled.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
They love it because it saves them time. They are buying a house, so they're ready to go to that house immediately. They just want the keys. So to make it from a 45-minute process to a 20-minute process,
Yeah.
I mean, they just love that. And so is the title company. So all parties involved are happy.
Yeah, and the title companies we've dealt with have been so excited. Ask your guy, make sure that you're talking to your title companies about hybrid closings. We do them all the time. They are going to become a trend. I think it's going to become a trend that they can e-sign or have a witness closer for all documents. But some states are fickle like that, right? They're still going to have the mortgage and the note and all that stuff wet signed.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, though, depends on the county.
Yeah.
The county plays a big role in who can do virtual closings and who can't. So it's not even just at the state level. It goes down to the county level.
Yeah, but most title companies know this, and they're already diving into it, and it's a very, very cool part of this business. Make sure you've got a loan officer who knows how to do them. Me. And then, but more importantly, talk to your title companies about it because you will get referrals from your clients being extremely happy because it's smooth.
Yeah. I mean, I always say that, in business, especially small businesses, which is really what we do. We are small businesses. Nobody remembers you if you do just an okay job. Like, nobody cares. Like, you either have to do a phenomenal job and people are going to refer you, or if you do a horrible job, then everyone's going to talk about you. But no one's like, wow, that was just okay. Let me go tell all my friends about it. That was just fine.
Yeah, I love that comment.
Yeah,
and I think that goes for real estate. Exceed expectations, right? Communication. Shannon, I love your communication with clients. Oftentimes what happens is when you're in behind the scenes processing, right, you just don't want to deal with humans. But what Shannon is plenty comfortable with, because that's her background, is picking up the phone and calling clients, calling myself, explaining things, right? You're young. So the tendency to always want to text and do all the other stuff is fine. But communication gets broken down in emails and texts. To be able to pick up the phone, I love that about you.
Thank you. I mean, hey, thanks United Wholesale Mortgage, because it's all because of you guys that I was able to gain those skills. I mean, at UWM, they track every day, like how many calls you make or how many calls come in. I mean, I was always at over 100.
How many calls and emails do you have to figure you were processing?
I mean, in a day, at least 100 calls, and then emails. I mean, you're probably talking like 300 or 400 emails. I mean, it was insane. Like, because I also had like a ton of files. I mean,
yeah,
you know, clients are calling about files in process, or they have files that they're trying to pre-approve, so they have questions on different nuances of income, or of, hey, they have this type of asset, like how do I work around this? And so, you know, I got to touch like 1,000 files in a week.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
That's just mind-boggling, right? Because we all work hard. We all work different hours. But to do that from a 7 o'clock to 7 at night is an intense job. Granted, she got paid for it. But here's the beautiful thing I take out of all that stuff. She had mentioned that she always got calls on how to figure out income, etc. That's my processor, right? And I love that because she will keep me honest and recalculate things. The difference between a good processor can take paper quickly and throw it to the underwriter. A great one reviews each and every document, looking for deposits, looking to verify income. And Shannon, you're that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, anything that's like off on there, you know, we have to deal with. We have to get documentation for
Yep.
it. So if you got $25,000 that you just put in your account and you make $5,000 a month, the underwriting has to know where that came from, and I have to make sure that I get that documentation from you, because we want the underwriter to look at it as few times as possible.
Yep. Yeah, a few touches.
Yeah, just a few touches.
And so one of the important things is we always talk about people get gift money, right? Shannon and I have got this down to an art to where we do not have the parents, the family members, et cetera, gift the people the money ahead of time directly, because then we need to get a bank statement from those parents. They're already doing enough by filling out a gift letter and giving the kids the money, or sibling or whoever it is, the money. So what we do is we have them wire that money to the title company, usually a week before, get the verification that they've wired the money, get the verification that the title company has received the money. Boom, it's done. Condition waived. So you're not having to be invasive to parents that were nice enough to give the money.
Yeah, no, because when you have to go get that bank statement, people don't like that. They
Yeah.
don't want you
Well,
seeing.
it's disclosing how much
Yeah.
money they have.
Exactly.
And maybe some of the good or bad habits they do. I'm just saying, you know, but
we've seen a lot.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot.
so advice to realtors from a processing perspective and being an account executive, seeing a number of files, what completeness, what are some of your nuances that you would love to see agents
Yeah.
improve on?
So, I mean, completeness is everything. Because, like, when you're piecemealing things for a loan application, oh gosh.
It gets hard.
Horrible.
Yeah.
That makes putting the puzzle together a lot harder. But when agents do send a file, I would love for them to send all of the information for not only themselves, but the listing agent.
Yeah.
Now, on not all states' purchase agreements does it have, like, the listing and buyer's agent's email and phone number. And then I have to go dig through the internet and try and find it. And you would be shocked how hard it is to find agents' email addresses.
Amen.
Phone number, fine. Email, no. They don't put it out there like you would think that they do.
Yeah.
And so then I have to scour the internet trying to find this. And guess what? I can't get your CD out until we have that.
Well, and we've got a dear friend of ours we interviewed, Ashley Kaler, is a transaction coordinator. Mindy, another lady I deal with, transaction coordinator. And what they do is that they create an amazing welcome email. All the agents, all the title companies, the sellers, all the pertinent people that are involved in the transaction. And that is gold for us because it saves us so much time trying to avoid hunting.
Yeah, and it's so when you start hunting too, like, you might get the right information, but you also might not.
Yeah, right.
And it's really hard to verify sometimes if it's not actually
Well,
accurate.
and communication's key.
Yeah.
We want to keep everybody informed every Friday. So, how was your stay in Minnesota? We'll wrap this baby up. I mean,
Minnesota is so great. It's very similar to Michigan, but your guys' winters are way rougher than ours because I was here in November of 2022, and that was super rough.
Yeah.
But my stay in Minnesota is amazing. I'm actually staying with one of my former clients that was an LO at one of the shops that I oversaw at UWM.
Betsy,
Yeah,
sure.
Betsy. So she's got a horse here, so I got to go to the farm, be with her horse. And now I'm at Edge, and it's so great to be here because having been a UWM employee, I mean, Edge is such a huge partner of ours.
Yeah.
So I know Edge very well, and now I get to see, what it's like here. And then just being with all of you guys. This is the part I really miss about working for United Wholesale Mortgage, is being around so many people. I'm
Yeah.
at home now. I'm on my computer 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night trying to get all your guys' loans closed so that everyone's happy and smiling because we don't let people down here at No Problem Processing.
Yeah.
So, being in Minnesota has just been amazing. And I'm looking forward to bringing on some more processors soon.
Yeah, good.
Hopefully working with more Edge people as well, because I love working with Edge.
I'll give you the intros to people upstairs. Yeah. And Shannon, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, not only for doing this interview, because even though you got your background in doing this stuff, it's different being on this side of it. And you do an amazing job. Your processing talents are incredible. And I'm honored to be your friend and to call you a Realtor Partner of the Week.
Woohoo!
Shannon Burke, bring it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys, thank you very much for coming and visiting us on the Realtor Connect Facebook group. We will see you on YouTube and Instagram, Realtor of the Week. We truly appreciate you all tremendously, and thank you for coming.
Have a great day.